Just make sure you don't get anyone getting my magic trick.
Click this.
I'm the only one not.
Look at all these arm circles.
What's up, guys? Hope we're doing well, and welcome to Clickbait Sports, a show where 4 YouTubers for this episode come together and talk about elite sports content. Joining me, we begin in the top right. It is none other than the founder himself, with a special message coming soon. Tom Grassi.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
To his left, we have the godfather of Denver Broncos sports.
Like that.
Brandon Perna, welcome.
Like that a lot. Like that a lot.
He has the look of a godfather of Denver sports.
Nah, this is not the type of face somebody says, take care of my children if they die, please.
Hey,
Well, nobody said anything about children. All
if they
you need
need
to
an
do is
Adderall
lecture them
prescription.
about John Elway, and they'll be put right to sleep.
Indubitably. And on the bottom left, you have none other than the GOAT of Pittsburgh sports. Okay, he's got you covered for NHL. He's got you covered for MLB. He's got you covered for everything Pittsburgh. Give it up, ladies and gentlemen, for urinating tree.
I think you overrate me a little too much, but I appreciate the kudos, my friend. It's good to be back from vacation. I no longer have to deal with hotel Wi-Fi, and everything's good again.
Glad to have you back,
Fantastic.
brethren.
I missed Tom with his fantastical shampoo, but I did see it. It was fantastic and hilarious. I was laughing for about 5 minutes straight, and I loved every second.
It was a great time. Can we get some W's in the chat, please?
there was a waddle.
Tom pulling that off all last stream. So this is how this works, guys. This is how Clickbait Sports work. We talk about sports. You donate to one of us, and there is a winner. Whoever has the most money is actually the winner, but then they get punished. So are they really the winner?
No.
You punished Tom last week. He had to wear Tom, what was it?
It was a Head and Shoulders. Or are you talking about the one for this week that was supposed to be?
No. Last week. What was the
Okay, yeah.
punishment?
Well, that was like a month and a half ago when it came out, but it had to come from China, and it got caught in customs. But it was a custom shampoo, which I will say also more of a lotion bottle, if anything, of Head and Shoulders. And I also purchased some Head and Shoulders, which now is in my house, and I don't use Head and Shoulders, so I don't know what I'm going to do with that. But anyway, yeah, I had to wear that all stream, and it was hot.
If you'd like Tom to do some weird stuff, or Brandon, Tree, or myself, donate appropriately. Now, before we get started, though,
If it doesn't put the lotion on its skin, it gets the Head and Shoulders again.
It puts the lotion on. What were you going to say, Brandon, before?
We should pat ourselves on the back for going through an entire episode last week where Tom was dressed as a human lotion bottle. And I think maybe one masturbation joke, if that.
Oh, that's actually pretty good.
Pretty much zero. We were very mature.
I'll clap it up for that.
Very mature.
Now, we're going to get this show started, but before we do, we have actually a very serious message, and I'm gonna kick it over to Tom for that. Tom.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. We got the single screen and everything.
It's production, baby.
Look at that. Oh, do we pay a producer finally? Is that what happened?
No.
No, okay. No,
we just learned the buttons.
I pushed the button. Yeah, folks. So last week, we had during the punishment, during the final countdown, we had Hiei come in and donate a $300, of course, to sink communism and to punish once again. And that wasn't the issue. The issue, and this has been a little bit of a recurring thing, was that after that donation occurred, in my own chat, I can't speak for anyone else's, but I can speak for my own chat. There are a few people that did not take it in all good fun and instead started directly attacking Hiei and saying some not so great stuff. And this is something that has popped up before, and I kind of want to put my foot down and end this before this goes even further. That this show is like for good sports fun, like, and all of us the kind of like ribbing together. We all get along and listen, the communism and the democracy and all that great stuff. That's all fantastic. And we want to continue to do like lighthearted, fun punishments and entertain you all. But there's not going to be any place for death threats or saying really terrible stuff in the chat for people donating or not donating or anything like that. And if you do, speaking from my chat alone, you will be banned. There will not be a second warning. And if it continues even further, then there just will have to be some changes to clickbait. So we all want to have a good time, and let's just make sure that those good times continue and you do your part and make sure we don't make any toxic communities. Thanks, man.
But I like toxic communities.
Man. So, yeah, guys, listen. We're here to have fun, all right? Have fun, make fun of some people, but lighthearted. Okay, let's keep it light. Let's keep it light.
Yeah, I just learned what it was like to be in Tom Grossi's classroom, though. You can tell he's had to give some talks before.
I feel like he's the kind of guy who just takes out a rule and just starts whacking people whenever they talk at a turn.
No, you know what? I should have sat at the edge of my desk and been like, guys,
I'm so disappointed in you.
I'm disappointed. I'm beyond.
I thought this was a good class.
I thought,
I really did.
But the substitute gave me notes when I wasn't here yesterday, and I am embarrassed for you.
But this is Clickbait Sports, and we are going to talk about sports, and we're going to lead with Urinating Tree because I believe there's a certain game between two certain teams happening today.
I'm more surprised we're actually talking about sports on this channel. That's pretty much a first, I would say. But we have NFL football. The pigskin is coming back, and we have purpose again. This guy over here is Dallas Cowboys, who are going to lose, by the way, against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Although it's probably second team, third team, fourth team. Dwayne Haskins, over or under throwing for 200 yards. I say over.
Over?
Oh, yeah. Well, you know what? Let's go bold. You know what? If Scooter wants to be overly optimistic about the Cowboys, you know what? I might be overly optimistic about this.
I'm going 3 interceptions on Dwayne Haskins. Our secondary has improved drastically.
Even your second team.
Second team. I'm actually very excited about this game because we drafted so many cornerbacks that I'm going to be able to see a slew of them in this game. Like, we're going to be able to see probably our first rounder, our second rounder rather, and some of these young guys. So I actually do think 3 interceptions. That's my bold prediction for this Hall of Fame game.
You think so? How many interceptions is Surtain going to get?
Now, about that, see, that's unnecessary and irrelevant. Unnecessary.
He's like, you know what? I like your announcement. Okay, I just wanted to check, but okay.
What are you most excited about in that game, though, Tree?
I'm more excited about just the football in general. I mean, Hall of Fame game, preseason's just it's kind of there, but at the same time, it's the beginnings of what will be football season. Then everyone can't get enough of it, and then there's about 4 months of where we're just sitting in a cocoon talking about football and editing all that wonderful goodness. So
the Hall of Fame game is the preseason game of preseason games.
Yes,
preseason to the preseason.
It happens a week before all the games. I'm still surprised that the teams playing in the Hall of Fame game are forced to play an extra preseason game.
Yeah.
That still doesn't make sense. But it's like the first time you hear football, like the sounds of it, the music, the announcers, and you're like, okay, it's back. Because sometimes that'll happen like in May. You turn on the NFL Network and they're doing like a game replay and you hear it and you're like, this isn't the right time of year for it. But this is the first time you can really get excited about football coming back. And it's a warm-up. I wish I wanted to see Dak play. Like, I know they're being cautious with his shoulder. But since his ankle was so distorted last year, like, I'm curious to see how he looks. So I didn't have that as like a takeaway to watch. But the guy I'm excited to see is actually Steelers running back Najee Harris, who should be getting some carries. Tomlin wants to get him some carries. And the more I watch and hear Najee Harris, the more I like this guy. He's funny. He talked about how he used to be a wide receiver and now he just plays running back. And I think he's going to be really, really good, despite maybe, the Steelers needing some offensive line help. But that's a guy I'm really excited to see tonight. And yes, that is me trying to hype myself up for The only game that's probably close to being as bad as the Pro Bowl.
I have a question really for everyone here, chat included. Do you guys think that like football's been gone for that long? Like, is it like exciting to get back? Because for me, it's like I am catching my breath from the NBA finals and all that stuff. And now it's like, boom, football's here back again. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Is this like, no, I've been waiting for this, or no, this is
I will happily say that I cannot wait for football, considering this offseason has literally been the ninth circle of hell. And and
it worked out for you in the end, though.
It did, but good God, was it atrocious. And just like, I'm so happy I don't have to interpret Instagram stories anymore or cryptic tweets, and instead, can focus on Jordan Love like not hitting a net or looking at AJ Dillon's quads. Like I'm very much looking forward to actual football. By the way, Aaron Rodgers with a bomb in practice today, just destroying the net as Brandon Perna is pulling up for it. Yeah, watch this. Watch this greatness. It's like, oh, all right, there's Aaron. But that's good. I don't know what's happening on that angle. Okay, yes, there we go. Okay, throws him the football. Look at it. Like an angel. Boop, right there. Yeah, can Dak Prescott do that? No. I mean, I don't know why.
With his left hand. That's a warm-up. What you mean?
With his left hand and with his eyes closed. But yeah, no, I'm super excited. And like, as someone who obviously dabbled in the NBA, like this offseason, like for me, nothing can replace football. Like football is always going to be number one for me. And I'm actually going to be at Jordan Love's first preseason game next week. And I am so beyond excited for that. So yeah, no, I could not be happier that football is back, because it's felt like an eternity.
I thought you were going to say you're going to be at his house.
Well, I mean, that's if the night goes well, but like, I don't want to be too presumptuous. So,
I mean, well, I know how you work, Tom, and unfortunately, I'm afraid for Jordan. Jordan Love, if you're hearing this, run for your life.
Run, Jordan,
I
run.
just want a hug. That's all I want.
No, at first it starts out as a hug, and then it gets
maybe an autograph. Worse. Oh wait, I already have it because I believe in Jordan Love. After Aaron Rodgers, whenever he wants to leave, Aaron, you don't have to leave. Just I'm hedging my bets.
Go leave.
So let's get score predictions. Hall of Fame game. Tree, what do you got?
Ooh. Well, it's probably going to be a low-scoring game because, well, it's the first game. They're just trying out new packages and plays, backups. I'm going to say 17-13 Steelers.
Okay.
Brandon, what you got?
Yeah, screw it. I'll go 43 Steelers, Cowboys 8, because I don't think that secondary is any good.
Wow.
And I think Dwayne Haskins is going to come in.
Surtain. First you take Surtain, then you trash. Okay. All right.
I just gave a Scooter prediction to Scooter.
That's fair. That is fair.
I'm going to say the Cowboys are going to win this one. 24-15 against the Steelers. Okay, yeah, it's going to be a weird score.
Someone's going for two.
It's going to be weird. They're going to do things. But I don't have any confidence in that whatsoever. None. Like zero. I have no confidence.
I think it's going to be like a 24-17. 24-17. Just a 24-17.
Who's going to win? Who's going to?
Oh, we already know.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. Steelers. You want to see it one more time? Okay. There it is. You see it.
Do you think Dwayne Haskins can climb the backup depth chart and beat out Dobbs or Rudolph?
I think he should be the starter.
Tree, he might be by the third game of the season. I
don't think he's gotten a fair shake yet. Some of that, obviously his fault. But I feel like he would be a better backup option than one of those two QBs. But I don't know.
Well, he's bounced around a little bit. He had a little bit in Pittsburgh, got traded to Jacksonville for a year, and then they brought him back. I'm guessing he's competition with Haskins, and then the loser of that probably gets cut.
Oh, Dobbs coming back, right?
Yeah, it's Ben, Mason, Haskins, and Dobbs. Those are your four quarterbacks right now. Yeah. I doubt they keep four.
Yeah, that would be insane.
We're going to keep this thing in the same area, football, still talking football, but we're going to transition to the NFC East, where America's team resides and where a funny rumor has popped off, and I hope it's not true, and I want to get your guys' takes on this. Deshaun Watson to the Eagles. Maybe, maybe not. Some people are saying there's legs to this. Some people are saying 0% chance. Doesn't matter. What are your guys' takes on this? Deshaun Watson, a Philadelphia Eagle tree? Could it be?
I don't think so. A lot of people came out with that one announcement and said it was bunk. It was fake. But look at what Houston is demanding for Deshaun Watson. You're looking at minimum 3 first-round picks, probably a young quarterback coming the way. So are you willing to give up 3 first-round picks, Jalen Hurts, and more to get Deshaun Watson, who is undergoing an investigation, may not play this season, or could be suspended in general? I mean, he's a talent, but is it worth that price?
What do the Texans think they have in Deshaun Watson, and why do they think they have the leverage in this situation? Tom,
because the Texans have nothing else.
That is
you have to think about it. It's they're doing it to the point where it's like, okay, you want Deshaun Watson? He's literally the only thing this franchise has left before we become a total joke. Even though you can make the argument they already are, but Deshaun Watson's the only thing keeping them stable. He's the only thing that's keeping them competitive.
Cutie.
Whatever. Don't talk about Kiki Cutie like that.
Dare you tarnish?
I'm just
Keep
like,
that name out your mouth.
when I first saw this, like, come across, like, I was tagged in this on Twitter. I first saw this immediately. I was afraid. Okay, because
We're petrified.
at first. But it's just like, I don't want Deshaun Watson in my division because all of these accusations, that's primary why I don't want him in my division. And secondary, he's a really good quarterback. I don't want to go up against that twice a week. But to me, it's just very strange that the Texans think they can get anything of value, like above value, for someone who is currently undergoing more than 20. Tom, what do you got to say?
Yeah, I feel like I could, like, if you're talking like early March before any of these accusations come out, I think it's 3 first-round picks easy. Like, as you look at like what Matthew Stafford got, and I think Matthew Stafford's a very good quarterback. I think Deshaun Watson's a top 5 QB like right now. I think that he literally carries that team. And like anytime they're competitive, it's usually because of Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun Watson's a top 5 QB, chat.
Yeah.
Type 1 if you agree.
I'd say so.
And type 2 if you don't. Who are the other 4 if Deshaun Watson's a top 5 QB?
Rodgers, Mahomes is up there too.
Dak,
Josh Allen now.
Dak,
if he can stay healthy, maybe. Dak's top 10 for
He's
sure.
He's definitely, I'd say top 10.
Okay.
Top 10. Russell Wilson is up there too.
That's fair.
But to the Deshaun Watson point, I mean, to what Tree is saying, like, they don't have anything else, and they still don't want to trade him. Like, they've been pretty adamant that they don't want to. So they're like, listen, we have this complete firestorm going on where there's 22 allegations against Deshaun Watson. If some team is willing to, like, roll the dice and give us 3 first-round picks for that, sure. Otherwise, he stays on the team. You know what I mean? So I feel like they have nothing really to lose here because either one, Deshaun Watson, like, you know, the allegations, it turns bad and then that's something else, right? And they lose him and it is what it is. Or they get a whole bunch of value for it.
Yeah, and I don't know if the NFL, if you can do this, if you can base conditional picks on a legal situation. But I would have to imagine that would be the only way a team trading for him would feel comfortable.
Sure.
Like, we'll give you this draft pick guaranteed for Deshaun Watson no matter what happens. But also then these draft picks, if this case is dismissed, settled, or whatever, but if it's not, and it turns into an indictment, then we don't have to give up any of these picks. Now, I don't know if you can legally do that.
I doubt it, but yeah.
But would be an interesting...
We're in uncharted territory for certain.
But real quick, Scooter, like, just to tap off your point of, like, why would a team want to bring him in? Like, because of your first point, the fact that he has 22 allegations. Like, I hate to say it, but, like, NFL teams have already proven that, like, that kind of doesn't matter, right? I mean, like, we were having a conversation about this pre-show that there are some, like, owners, coaches that are like, as long as you can catch, kick, throw, or, you know, do anything with the football, we don't care what you do off the field.
And the crazy thing is, there are some fans like that too. Okay. Can we do better collectively? Come on, people. Let's raise the bar a little bit. A little bit now.
But they
Here's
catch
my
the
thing.
football good.
Here's my thing, guys. Let's talk about hypocrisy for a second. How about we do that? Because I don't know if you guys remember, but his name was Ezekiel Elliott. And this man was suspended before any investigation was concluded. This man was done. They suspended him.
Oh, yeah.
So-
Tyreek Hill got no suspension for the same thing. Not charged with a crime, accused of domestic violence.
So I'm like, where is the consistency? What are we doing?
It's the NFL,
Is there
baby.
consistency? Are we playing this by ear? What's going on? Talk to me, NFL. Let's have a conversation. Because Ezekiel Elliott was out multiple games. And you're telling me 22 allegations? Nothing? Come on, bro. Come
I mean,
on.
like, it was like the conversation with Ray Rice and marijuana, right? Like, you saw, like, Ray Rice was still allowed to be in the league for a hot second, and then, like, people who were smoking pot, like, they were getting, like, 16
Randy Gregory. Bro, let Randy Gregory live his life. What are you doing? Okay, I'm off on the tangent. I'm
Good
a little
now?
hot, Chad. I'm sorry.
You're good?
Some other stuff happened before. We're good, though. We're good. We're going to keep this moving, though. Okay, we're going to keep it moving. We're going to transition to men's Olympic basketball. If you watched the game last night, let me know. If you watched the game last night, USA was versing who did we beat? Australia. We beat Australia. I was watching. The first time I started watching, it was unwatchable basketball. It was terrible. When I started watching this game, it was disgusting. I don't know what we were doing in the first quarter. Second quarter comes around, but then the third quarter, we turn it on. I don't know what happened. Someone flipped a switch. We literally outscored them by like 39 points. It wasn't close, and we ran away with it. And now, USA will take on France for the gold. Has anyone been following men's basketball?
The
At
French
all?
are playing for the gold? That's impressive.
Fournier.
Let's beat
Anyone
Slovenia.
following?
Oh, they beat Doncic?
So
they beat
actually,
Doncic.
Wow.
it was a game like blocking layup that secured France going to the medal round. Why am I excited about this? Because America has a chance of redemption. Redemption song. Okay, we lost to France earlier. We can right that wrong. And not only that, we can shut up all these people who've been clamoring, saying, oh, the world's caught up. Oh, America's not that good at basketball anymore. We got a gold medal. How are we not that good at basketball? We have a gold medal. What else do you want us to do? We're not even having our best athletes there. Our best athletes are not even competing. But yet there is this storyline that the world's catching up. The world's caught up. America is no longer the superpower in basketball. I disagree.
As long as America is number one in basketball, I don't care how bad we get at healthcare.
I mean, we have something in control. And that game is tomorrow,
Number
10:30
one.
p.m. If you guys want to watch it, it's 10:30 p.m. tomorrow night. USA versus France, gold medal round. Brandon, we're going to transition over to you. You are on the floor right now. I forgot what you told me you were going to talk about.
Don't worry.
Okay. But
First
the
of
floor
all,
is yours.
I hate to do this. I really, really hate to do this. But Tom Brady is making some good points on social media, and it is happening during this show. We've got Brady just
I don't blame him for that.
lambasting the NFLPA, another player crushing him. Brady's talking about money, which we all know is the most important thing to Tom Brady. The salary cap dropped by 20%, he tweets or Instagrams, and the new media deals were announced the day after 2021 salary cap was set. NFL players better wake up at NFLPA. NFL players are ignorant. This was on
What
Tom
is this
Brady's.
saying? What is this saying?
Saying the NFLPA has no spine.
Yeah, he's talking about the average value of NFL franchises going up 14%. So today, the value for the top 10 franchises came out. It was, Cowboys like number 1, Patriots number 2. But the players did not get close to what they wanted in terms of the salary cap percentage. And he's just talking about how, again, at another round of CBA deals, the players got screwed and the owners won because they have more money, so they got better negotiators. Or NFLPA just plays ball with the NFL owners, and maybe they make a little money behind the scenes. Now, Tom Brady didn't say that. I'm insinuating that. But, that tweet was blowing up right now, and I agree with him. So if I agree with him, it's correct. You guys have any thoughts
that's
about
a good
that?
point. That is a good point. If the owners are making more money and the players are not, is that right?
Yeah, I would have to look at the percentages. I feel like they got slightly less of a percentage of the salary cap than even before, but I can't remember. I mean, the players are going to make more money because the salary cap's going up, but proportionally, no. Anyway, I wanted to talk about, we've got the Hall of Fame game that happens tonight, and then the Hall of Fame induction ceremonies this weekend. Denver Broncos got Peyton Manning going into the Hall of Fame. They've got Steve Atwater, way too long, but he finally got into the Hall of Fame.
That's a name.
And John Lynch, 4 years a Bronco, 4 Pro Bowls as a Bronco. Steve Atwater, my favorite player growing up. He was just a beast. I played safety when I was in elementary school, so I was like, I'm going to play Steve Atwater. He's 6'3". I am 5'8". That was never going to happen, but it's exciting. Like,
hey, LaMarcus Joyner. Hey, there's possibilities.
Yeah, but those guys are also tough.
That's true. That's true.
I am a coward. I'm a coward's coward, they say. But here's the thing: like Broncos fans, we're super excited because we feel like our organization has been robbed of Hall of Fame nominations for years because there tends to be an East Coast bias for Hall of Fame inductees. There's a linebacker named Randy Gradishar, who is maybe one of the best linebackers to ever play in the 70s for the Broncos into the 80s. Never even gets close to getting in. So seeing these 3 guys, even though 2 of them started their careers with a different team, it is nice. And what I wanted to ask you guys,
before you ask us, let me ask you.
Yes.
In your brain, when you think of Peyton Manning, do you think of him as a Colt or as a Bronco?
No, that's weird that you say that, Scooter. I was thinking about that when I was eating lunch today. I was like, John Lynch to me, Broncos fans claim him as a Bronco, going into the Hall, but he did most of his like really impressive work with the Buccaneers. Peyton Manning, most people could probably argue that. But in my mind, like the first image I have of Peyton Manning is as a Bronco because he played here 4 years, got us to 2 Super Bowls, won a Super Bowl. And I know he had a long career with the Colts. I watched it, but in my mind, in my heart, he's a Denver Bronco. There's guys like Ryan Dawkins that Broncos fans want to claim. It's like, okay, we're getting a little crazy now.
I'm just thinking of DeMarcus Ware. So our connection there for DeMarcus Ware. I'm thinking if DeMarcus Ware comes up and it's his time to get in the Hall of Fame, do people think of DeMarcus Ware as a Cowboy or a Bronco? Because they better think of him as a Cowboy. This man is a cow. He's been like 2 seasons with the Broncos. He's a Cowboy.
And like Champ Bailey, Hall of Famer, started his career with Washington, but I don't think anybody thinks of Champ Bailey, a Washington football teamer. So, or whatever they used to be called, the Tedbirds or something.
What was your question for us, though?
Okay. Do you know how many Hall of Famers your team has in the Hall?
Dang. Without Googling?
Because all of your dumb teams have a lot.
Yeah, we're double digits.
We might be triple. No, we're not triple. I'm going to throw out 47.
Jesus.
47. Yeah.
47.
The Cowboys have 29.
Yeah, I was about to say. I was going to say something like 18 or 23.
Like 23. Yeah. I think the Steelers are at like what, 20 or 21?
I'll have to count. The Bears have the most at 35.
Mm-hmm.
So
So
Cowboys,
I was off.
Cowboys are close. Where are the Packers? Packers, okay.
Yeah, who the Packers got in the Hall of Fame?
You know who's not in the Hall of Fame? Who should be? Leroy Butler. Yeah, Leroy Butler should be in there, but no, he's not. Why? Because it's trash. Leroy Butler needs to be in the Hall of Fame. That's it. I'm aggressive.
Yeah, Packers 31-32. So they have the second most Hall of Famers to the
heck?
Chicago Bears.
Ooh, let's get it, baby. Let's get it.
Man, I thought this
Iberia of the NFL, my ass.
I thought the website would have the team totals next to them, and they don't. They just have the
No.
list of all the players.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I'm sitting here counting by hand for, like, your Steelers here.
It's like Steelers say they have 25.
A lot.
Okay.
Oh, crucial
Close.
Rammers line. Crucial. Thank you for that.
All I see
18.
is that we have more than all of you.
Oops.
That's it.
Oh, it says that looks like 33 for the Steelers. So
Ooh.
Steelers Packers very, very close.
Oh.
And then what I wanted to ask you guys. Well, first I had a question for Scooter. This is a what ifs or who it. I don't know what kind of scenario it is, but
Why if?
better chance of getting into the Hall of Fame if they even do. Amari Cooper, Zeke Elliott.
Ooh.
Better? I'm gonna go Zeke for name recognition alone. Just off
Wow.
name recognition.
I'd actually say the same thing. It's a lot harder for wideouts to get in the Hall of Fame.
Yes, and it is a name recognition type of
100%.
event. It's a popularity contest, really. So at the end of the day, are they gonna remember Amari Cooper, who's more introverted, or are they gonna remember Zeke, who's sort of the face of the franchise right after Dak? So I'm gonna go Zeke, especially with, I think, the next 2 to 3 seasons, barring injuries on our lines, he's gonna have a solid performance with our line.
Do you think
So
he's
I'll go
going to be
Zeke.
better now that he's in shape?
Well, I don't think the fault that he had last year was anything to do with him. I don't think any running back running behind our line would have had a good season. I think he was in shape last year too. I just think our line was decimated, and what can
Agreed.
you do?
And that's why Barry Sanders is better than Emmitt Smith. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I
that's a
forgot
callback.
about
that.
Yes.
Throwback.
Just
I
Here's
got
a
you,
fun
Lions.
fact.
I got you.
Here's a fun fact. The Chicago Bears have the most Georges in the Hall of Fame.
That's a
how
lot
many
of George.
How many do
George-
the Broncos have? How many Hall of Famers do the Broncos have?
Oh, man. I think we're like at 7 or 9 now. Where are we at?
Oh my gosh! Are you the wait? Which team has the least?
Oh, here we are. Well,
Probably Jacksonville or
we got
Carolina.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
No,
7,
the Houston
8,
Texans,
9,
because they're going to have
10,
zero.
11. Oh, see,
Well, that's what I mean.
we got Tony Dorsett counting as a Bronco.
Why
'cause he was there
is
for a
Tony
year.
Dorsett in the Broncos?
We got Ty Law counting
brief year.
there for a year.
When did Tony Dorsett even bro?
It's final year. Final year. I had to
Oh,
do a
he
double
pulled
take
it.
too. It's like Franco Harris is a Seahawk.
It's like Emmitt Smith as a
See,
As a
but
Cardinal.
that's the thing. Like Reggie White, I know he's an Eagle. Like
He
I
was a
picture him
Panther.
as a Packer.
No, we should go in as a Panther.
Yeah, there you go.
I picture
Bruce
Reggie
Smith
White
as a Redskin.
Packer.
Okay.
Deion Sanders is a Redskin.
Absolutely not. Don't ever say that
Deion
ever
Sanders.
again.
Yes,
Maybe
No.
Falcons.
Well, Deion Sanders is a Raven.
Maybe Falcons.
Gee.
Maybe Falcons.
Just like
But
Des
we're gonna keep this thing rolling. Brandon, do you have anything else?
No, I was just gonna say the bold I think indicates where a player he played most of his years with that
The
team.
majority.
So the Broncos have like 8 of those guys.
I
Peyton
gotcha.
Manning, I'm gonna count, so I'll say 9. But
Okay.
go
Yeah,
for it.
we're gonna transition now to Tommunism. The floor is yours. Any topic you want to talk
Oh,
about?
folks, I got plenty of topics.
Let
I have
us
plenty
know.
of topics. Let's talk about the biggest story that no one's talking about, and it caused a lot of high blood pressure. Case Cookus
oof.
signing with the Minnesota Vikings after their entire QB room had to be put on a COVID list, and Kirk Cousins was like, oh yeah, no, we're just gonna be surrounded by plexiglass instead of just doing anything about it. But no matter. But and that hurt. And if no one knows the story of Case Cookus, first of all, shame on you for not being educated. But years ago, when the draft came out, we were doing a mock draft at like 11 o'clock at night on my channel, and then we were just trying to draft as many QBs. And the name Case Cookus came across the screen, and he has become a legend for us all of the Grossi Posse ever since. And so we've been tracking his career. He signed with the Giants for a brief spell. He was with the Broncos, and that's where I thought he was going to find his home.
Yeah, he was there for like a couple weeks here.
Talked him out like garbage. And when he signed with the Vikings, I was like, you know what? Maybe they're legit this year. Like maybe this is the key that they've needed this entire time. Thankfully, they have waived him and they've released Case Cookus. Not for Case Cookus, this isn't good, but he is now free to go sign with another team. So thankfully, everything is back to normal. I also want to shout out Vikings fans who were trashing the Green Bay Packers all offseason and are now in complete and total disarray while Aaron Rodgers is launching the ball 60 yards into a net. I just wanted to do a quick shout out real quick.
Maybe it was edited like Tom Brady's video.
That was the joke I started my episode with, was like something like Rodgers didn't need a CGI team to do this.
No, he probably did. They probably used cranes. Like Crouching Tiger, except instead of like the guys, it's just like an invisible like crane, just like right there.
The craziest part of that whole thing was people believed it was real. Adults.
I had people message me going,
adults.
Yep.
I'm like, bro.
It's rotating the other way, but neither here nor there. Now, the big story that I want to talk about is, even though 5 is not here, is actually about the New Jersey Giants.
Jersey Giants.
The New Jersey Giants, because that's where they play and that's where they belong. Anyway, so since training camp has begun, 3 members of the New Jersey Giants have retired. And training camp just started, people. Like, this is not something that's been going on for quite some time. Scooter should know this very well. Former offensive Cowboys lineman Joe Looney signed with the New Jersey Giants. And then I think it was 5 days, 5 days later, goes, yeah, I'm out, and flat out retired.
He said he took one look at the facility. He said, nope, I'm good on that. Y'all want me to do what?
Yep. So, but the best news to come out was from the other day, and that apparently there was a huge fight in training camp for the Giants.
A brawl,
There was a brawl, if you will, with Daniel Jones ending up on the bottom of that. And I know, there's reports of, people hitting Evan Ingram and stuff like that. I just like to imagine in my head, and this is canon, that Daniel Jones was running and then just tripped again and then just fell at the bottom of the pile and everyone just piled on top of that, since that's what his specialty is. But apparently there was a huge brawl and it cleared the benches, offense, defense, even the kickers were getting involved with it, right? And Joe Judge made them run, do push-ups, and just was screaming expletives at them. And I saw the references to Miracle on Twitter, which I was like, yes, top notch, blowing the whistle again. And I loved watching that chaos, because the report, the live tweets of it were just phenomenal. And as someone who said the Giants should be relatively good this year, the fact that 3 people have left and retired, that optimism is slowly fading.
First and foremost,
yeah.
Shout out to Joe Looney. I don't know if you guys know about Joe Looney. He's not a very heralded player in the NFL, but this guy was the class clown of the team. He was the guy, when you see pictures of Zeke being fat, that was Joe Looney in the picture, playing around. So he's a very playful guy. He got to the New York Giants and said, I'm the New Jersey Giant. And he said, I am a grown man. I don't
need this money.
Running sprints and doing up downs, because no,
To be
y'all want me to
fair-
do how many? I'm out. Y'all got it.
Keep you
Y'all
in
got
shape.
Apparently, he came out and said that wasn't the reason why he retired, though.
Of course.
Yeah, well,
Of
because the Giants had Joe Looney, Todd Davis, and Kelvin Benjamin retire. 3 players retired basically in a week. Benjamin was cut, and then he was like, no, I retired, that kind of scenario.
You can't fire me. I quit.
There are 3 Raiders that have retired this training camp, too.
Knock up if you're with me.
I wanna get your guys' opinion on this fight, though, this brawl. Aside from all these people retiring. Did you guys play football? Like in high school, middle school, growing up?
Bit, yeah.
Yeah, I played professional flag football.
Absolutely. So, but to me, it's like fights are normal in football. Like this is common. This stuff is common. Maybe the quarterback ending up at the bottom of the pile, not that common.
Not
but like
good. Not good.
Fights in preseason amongst teammates. This is
but full blown brawls between the entire team, though.
Full blown brawls. I'm
Like,
talking about
you could be getting skirmishes between like 2 guys. That's pretty common. But like the entire 90-man roster, bringing out steel chairs and going off the top rope and doing the people's elbow on each other.
To me, that's preseason. That's preseason. That's preseason. That's when you bond. That's when you know, look, I might not should mess with him, and I know what he can do now, and he has my back. It's just like where the brotherhood is formed.
Team bonding, you're saying?
Yeah, literally though, for real.
The weirdest
I'm not even
thing.
lying.
The weirdest thing about the Giants brawl to me is like Joe Judge, because like, okay, coaches are either like pro brawl or like against fighting. Like some coaches during training camp are like, yeah, like what Scooter's saying, like, I love when the guys get after it. It shows they're passionate. Other coaches like, we don't have time for any of this crap. We're not going to waste our energy fighting each other. To me, Joe Judge seems like a coach who would be pro brawl, like a guy who would get off on seeing his team like go at it, but he was not about it. They ran for like 30 minutes and then did goal line push-ups or whatever. My question though is, if you're a head coach, are you pro brawl or are you not about that nonsense?
I think what was said though, like I think there's a difference. Like if you're out there and a whole team is like throwing punches and like it's getting like bad, like ballroom blitz style, then there's a line where you go, okay, this is not good, especially if my quarterback is at the bottom of the pile, even if it is Daniel Jones. But like I think there's a point to be made though, that like you have guys who are competing to get on the roster, right? Like they want it, and like they are literally fighting for their jobs. And so, like, if things get chippy, I think sometimes, like, it could be a good thing. It just also needs to make sure that it's, like, there's a level where it doesn't get out of control. Like the Panthers, for example, right? So, like, they had, what was that wide receiver who got stretchered out? Like, he got a shot to the head, and, like he got released literally the same day.
The guy who hit him, they released.
Yeah, they released him. Because, like, that's that level, right? There's, like, oh, you're aggressive, and, like, oh, like, you know, you're showing that you want to play. But then there's like an unsafe element where it's like, oh no, like this could end our season if one of these key guys get hurt. Like that's where I think the line is.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. Oh, yeah. I did hear that Joe Judge like drinks like 57 cappuccinos to start the day or something.
No, that's Dan Campbell.
Oh, okay, yeah, yes.
4 shots of espresso and an entire thing of coffee.
What are you doing? We have a little bit of time left, so I just want to get in a couple more topics, see your guys' opinions on it before we do the roundup of all the votes and put the timer on. Carson Wentz. Let's talk about Carson.
And Quentin Nelson.
Same.
Is Carson Wentz the most cursed player in the NFL? Because he's making his case.
Andrew
he was traded from the Eagles to the Colts, sort of unceremoniously. They drafted Jalen Hurts as his replacement. The plan was he goes to the Colts. He becomes the Peyton Manning that people know on the Colts first. It didn't work out that way, though. He's injured. He's going to be out, they're saying, potentially till week 12.
5 to 12 weeks.
5 to 12 weeks.
What are we thinking, guys? Carson
Week
Wentz.
1 or week 8?
So close.
I'm a doctor. Week 1 or week 8?
Tree, what are we thinking? Carson Wentz.
I would say you can make the argument that Andrew Luck is more cursed, to be completely honest with you. Carson Wentz is a talent. He just can't stay healthy. And I've been seeing a couple Eagles fans trying to jump for joy saying they won the Carson Wentz trade. No. You have $30 million in dead cap you're dealing with, and you still have to deal with Howie Roseman.
And he's got to play to get the pick.
Yeah, there's a condition. The pick is conditional, on how he plays.
Otherwise, it becomes a second.
Yeah. Yes. So they need him to play well, which is even more ironic.
What should the Colts do now, though? You're the GM of the Colts. Carson's injured. Who do you call? Who's the first team you call?
Oh, I know exactly who I'm calling. It's a certain individual, well-appendaged, former Super Bowl champion of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Don't do it, Tree.
BDN, Big Dick Nick.
Oh,
to the moon!
He was vying for it too.
Did you see it? That interview?
He's throwing a third.
Yeah.
Bro, this man was selling it. He said,
he's like, I love Frank Reich. Yeah, him and I go way, way back. Yeah, I love that guy.
He just put me in such a great position to
fourth
succeed.
Reich. How's that?
I think you call Case Cookus first because there's gonna be a lot of people reaching out to his agent, and if they're unable to land him, well, they got who's their backup that they drafted?
Jacob Eason and
Jacob
Sam
Eason.
Eason season, baby.
The guy who was at Georgia and couldn't start at Georgia, so he had to go to Washington to play. And then people are saying is a bust in the NFL. Now he's your starting quarterback, Colts.
Well, here's the thing. Carson Wentz might be back week 1. So to me, I think the Colts think he's going to be back sooner, closer to the 5-week as opposed to the 12-week thing. So it's probably an overreaction. The question is, will he stay healthy after that? Big unknown, right? Mm-hmm. Doesn't look like they're going to make a move to bring anybody in because they also signed Brett Hundley to the roster. But if they were seriously going to bring in a quarterback who could compete, who could play against that, even that offensive line with Quentin Nelson got the same injury as Carson Wentz, might not be as good. But if you're going to bring in a guy who could succeed in Indy, I honestly, legitimately, from the bottom of my little heart, believe it's Gardner Minshew.
Woo!
Could destroy there. Good offensive line, really talented defense, enough weapons on offense, good running back behind him. He doesn't make mistakes. That's basically what Phillip Rivers did. Maybe Phillip Rivers comes and joins them around December, like he said he wants to do-ish. But I would go Gardner Minshew. Somebody needs to give that guy a chance to start.
Amen.
Free the caged bird.
Tom, who are you going with? What quarterback are you going with, not named Case Cookus or Brett Hundley, for the Colts to trade for or sign?
Look at that Hundley jersey. Good Lord.
The jersey, though. I'm ready. Is he still 7 on the Colts? But, I mean, listen.
I don't know. I think they retired that after Jacoby Brissett.
If you're not going to bring in Nick Foles, I mean, I completely and 1,000,000% agree with Perna. I think you bring in Gardner Minshew. Because I think the Colts, they just need, they need a system QB. They need someone who's just not going to lose them games because, their offense is efficient enough. Their defense is really good. They have a well-balanced team. And I thought if Carson Wentz could, go back to, his MVP, form before his injury, they are contenders. I think now, it's a little late to already bring someone in. But if Wentz is going to return, I mean, I can see them just rolling with Eason and say, let's see what we got in the kid, unless he's abysmal in camp and preseason. Otherwise, bring in the stash. Just bring in the stash.
Man, I don't know which quarterback I saw that was being floated, but I was like, It wasn't Nick Foles. It was someone else. It's just
Jimmy Garoppolo?
Yes.
Jimmy G.
That's what it was.
Jesus.
It was what? If you're the Colts, what's stopping you from trading for Garoppolo if you want to make a run at it this year? And if you're the 49ers, why do you have Garoppolo and not getting some return on him? Would you make a trade if you're the 49ers?
I mean, depends on what they offer.
I mean, well, the 49ers are in a weird situation if you've paid attention to their camp.
Yep.
They're saying that Jimmy Garoppolo's having the best training camp they've ever seen.
Bro, I saw
but
one
49ers.
Beautiful.
49ers media is Trey Lance is throwing footballs that we have never seen
Yep.
any human do ever.
Yep.
So apparently the 49ers have the 2 best quarterbacks in the NFL, and they just got to decide which one they want to win with.
Just like the Saints.
Yeah.
Which, by the way,
that's how training camp always is. Steelers media is going off saying Ben Roethlisberger's in the best shape of his life. They've been saying that for about 3 years now.
Yeah.
Come on.
He really did show up fit like once, like 5 years ago. You're like, oh, Ben worked on himself this offseason. That was a while ago. And then his shoulder got wonky.
Yeah, everything went.
What's
Did
this
you-
guy's name?
Sorry, I have a question real quick for Tree.
Yeah.
Did you see that article or video about Roethlisberger having a tell? That
Yes, there was like a thing on
I sent
Deadspin.
it to you guys. The TikTok.
Yes.
Oh, did you send that?
Yeah.
That like he does like something with his foot before.
It's like his
every
foot.
time he's
If
gonna
his foot's
throw?
back, I think that's a
Yeah.
pass, and if it's like straight, it's a run.
Yeah. I hope
What's
he
the
The problem
corrected
is
that.
nobody's really getting that tell until nobody's really looking at his feet. But you also have to remember at the same time, last year they did nothing but short passes. That's why nobody got to the quarterback.
I sent that TikTok to the Green Bay Packers. So
Actually, if
y'all
you
see-
go back and
Oh,
look at the
you
tape,
wouldn't you?
have fun week 4.
yeah.
Well,
Opposing
that's
defenses-
bad for you because Mason Rudolph is probably starting week 4 for whatever reason.
Listen, if Mason Rudolph is your starter and the Pittsburgh Steelers do not release like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer type of merch, then I don't know what you're doing and I don't know why we're playing football. Like I truly will not know what's going on in Pittsburgh. Like he should be coming out with like a glowy nose every single week. You know, he could borrow from the Bucks and wear some antlers. I think it's a home run and you guys make up for all the losses from COVID.
Last
I disagree
thing.
with that.
Last thing before we add up the totals. Did you guys see Jameis Winston's interview? He's like apparently completely transformed into a new individual. And did you also see Jameis Winston get hit sticked by the
Yes.
equipment, the NFL equipment?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I saw,
Just a tidbit.
Jadeveon Clowney also fall going through the I don't even know what they're like those big things. that
Turnstile. Like, yeah, I know what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
he tripped over.
All right,
it.
guys. So we are going to now add up all of our totals and crown a winner who actually will be the loser. But before we do that, we're all going to go around and tell you what we have coming out on YouTube this week or the following week. Tree, what is going on? What is going down this week?
Well, I'm currently finishing up a vid on the MLB trade deadline. I know I haven't had any videos out. I just was on vacation last week, so I had a couple streams. They didn't go too well because I was on hotel Wi-Fi. Thank you, hotel Wi-Fi, for being terrible, by the way. But MLB trade deadline video should be coming out in the next few hours. I just need to tidy up a few things on it, render it, and ship it. And I'll
That's
finally have
shipping.
something out.
Brandon Perna, what's coming out this week?
Oh, who put that comment up? Wow. I just put up a video about all of the NFL news from today. I talked about Watson. I talked about
The
the
heck?
other
I should have
stuff.
watched that.
God, I can't
before
even
we did
remember
this.
what it did earlier. Everything that happened in the NFL today is up on my channel now. That's Good Sports on YouTube.
There we go. Absolutely. Tom, what do we got coming out?
Well, Tom Grossi is prepping because I will be in good old Green Bay, Wisconsin for training camp next week. So
Ooh,
we'll be prepping, and let's just say that there's maybe an interview that's going to be done while in Green Bay, Wisconsin. And just a little something. Just saying. You know. That's,
All right. All right. I'll be on the lookout for that.
Everybody doing the
Oh,
Dilly Bud Light.
Can we get some
Seltzer
T's?
coming in with the big
Can we get a
shot.
capital T in the chat right now? Communism coming through with, was that a half a
That was
That was
500.
Jimmy.
People are crazy, man. People are absolutely crazy.
Damn.
capital T's in the chat, please? For my channel, youtube.com/ScooterMagruder. In 2 hours, we got the interview with Mo Bamba dropping one-on-one. I play him in horse one-on-one while interviewing him.
Did
It's like
you win?
intercut. It's intercut. You'll have to tune in at 8 p.m. Eastern, youtube.com/ScooterMagruder to find out. Guys, that's going to do it for Clickbait Sports this week, but we're going to add up everything and come up with a punishment seemingly for Tom. Can we get the countdown? 30
Yeah,
seconds.
I did not get that $500 donation. That was not towards me. That was just one of my mods. So no, that's not that ain't on me.
Towards
Chief.
your mods.
Okay. We'll add it.
Countdown
We'll add it.
starts now. Jimmy.
Condiment shoe.
Jimmy.
Get his address and then hunt him down. That's what you have to do. Magic helmets. Give me powers to beat.
All right. So no more donations shall count. After this, All Start, we had 2 Prime subscriptions, 3 Prime subscriptions. That's $15 over here. Let's go. Team Magruder coming through with $15. Erna, what's it looking like over there?
Why don't you guys go? Because I think I lost.
Well,
Okay.
I'm 148.85. I got a viewer newest with a hundo, dude. Thank you very much. I appreciate you, my man.
Crucial.
But I mean, I'll take it for what it is. I don't have to get punished. I still have to do 5K. I'm not looking for it.
I still can't believe this was agreed to.
Well, I mean, I said I'll do it. So why not?
I got $157.95.
I still lost.
Yep. So I got that, and by the way, I will be doing the ice bath still. I'm still waiting for my Justin Fields shirt from the NFL shop. So if I get it in before Sunday, I will send the clip to the gang to be posted in next week's clickbait.
Mm-hmm.
Brandon Perna, what do you got?
Okay, I got $574.56 coming in, courtesy of one Jimmy.
Let's go.
Well,
I
500 tonight. Holy
Retribution.
cow, Jimmy.
I feel like we need to come up. We have Tommyism.
Ooh.
We have democracy. We have scootocracy. What is Brandon Perna?
What was like
Chronology.
the
Chronology.
most successful of anything ever?
Hernology?
For government.
The study of Perna.
We'll figure it out. But chat, we need your help right now, chat. We need to come up with a fair punishment for half a stack for that
That's
good
a
sports.
big drop.
Now, that's
I
a
know,
lot of
man.
money.
That's incredible.
Half a G. Help us.
I think you got to wear that mask while wearing an entire horse outfit for the stream.
While running a
While doing
5K
what?
with tree.
No, I don't know about 5K. I mean,
Paying
that's
for
going
the
too much.
plane ticket to go.
Um, Oh, what happened? Some people are wondering what happened to the TB12 workout.
Oh yeah. Probably never gonna do that, if I'm gonna be honest. And it's not because I don't want to. First of all, it was a punishment for me not being on the show, which we didn't establish was a
No,
punishment.
no, that
There's
was
a loophole.
actually a punishment for you winning 1 week.
No,
That was
that's
not
when
for
he-
show.
That's what he missed.
It was when I missed the show.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I was going to do something for that this week, but then our baby got sick again. So it's like she's literally been sick like every 3 or 4 weeks. And we both work from home. She can't go to daycare. So it just like, I don't want to skirt the punishment, be the douche who doesn't live up to the expectations, but I don't have any free time to schedule their stupid appointments because you got to call people on the phone and then sit down with somebody for 90 minutes and do something.
Well, you have to. Okay.
But
So we need
Chat,
a punishment.
help us find an alternative. Help us
this
find something
or this punishment
Perna can do.
deliver. Will deliver.
The Persian Empire.
Pernarchy.
What are we thinking?
Ooh. Pernarchy.
The Persian
Pernarchy. That's good. That is Pernarchy? Who came? Rando 13. That's good.
Permafrost. Pornography.
Pornography. Yeah, that goes back to high school.
Perna, do you have any like fields anywhere near like your house? Like,
Yeah.
wide open meadows and fields.
There's a field right by us.
Okay. I like.
Is your chat helping you guys with punishments? My chat is dead right now. Wow. The
5
heck
minutes complimenting.
are
Brady.
you guys?
Because like I'm thinking like we have seen Brandon Perna's talent in the
Ooh.
song making.
Oh,
Yep,
God.
I just got something like that in my chat as
We
well.
have seen
a
that.
Tom Brady appreciation song.
Oh,
Ooh,
yes.
that-
That's actually
I
not
was
bad.
thinking music video trotting along in the field with the horse head.
Okay. How about this? I got it. Guys, I got it. This is the punishment. We got to come up with 3 words that he must use in his song. You know how they do that?
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about? We got to come up with 3 words for him to use, and he has to incorporate all 3 of the words that we come up with.
People
A
want
Tom
you to
Brady
shave.
appreciation song, huh?
Yes.
Inside of the Tom Brady appreciation song, you have to use whatever words Tom, Tree, and myself come up with.
Ooh.
Inside of the Tom Brady appreciation song. Is that fair?
Okay.
Do we like that, chat?
I know a music video is a little tough, so I mean, we could just get another beautiful.
Yeah,
banger
let's just
from-
go with the song.
Yeah, let's just go with the song. It'll be a beautiful banger once again. So it'll be, top 10 in the UK.
He should
Wanna-
shave his head.
wanna
Bro,
knock
that's
your
like a
guys'
50,000.
socks off.
That's like a 50,000 donation right there. He's not shaving his head for 500. Relax. Calm down,
Oh, yeah.
chat.
You guys want me to shave this beard? That's $1 million. Because my wife would divorce me if I don't have it. So
Okay.
I'm gonna have to pay her.
We're a little bit over time. Tom, what's your word that you would like?
Defenestration.
What is it?
Defenestration.
Okay.
It means to toss out a window.
Wait, hold on. Defenestration?
Defenestration. It means to toss
Masturbation,
out a window.
defenestration, nailed it.
Yes. I would have done
Tree.
the defenestration of Prague, but that's 3 words. 30 Years War.
I'm going to go with a little something that might sting you. Raheem Moore.
And I will have my
Defenestration may
word
happen before that
be
word.
Dak. Dak.
Dak.
D-A-K.
Come on.
D-A-K.
Such a homer.
Defenestration. What was your word, Tree?
Raheem Moore. It's a player.
Defenestration, Raheem Moore, and Dak.
Okay,
Okay.
Adam can get one in too if he wants. I'll give him the opportunity.
Okay. So
Good.
5 points has the option to add in a word of his choice as well. Guys, that is going to do it for today's stream. This has been Clickbait Sports, another episode. We'll see you back next Thursday, 5 p.m. Eastern.
Let's
Dak
give
is
this show
whack.
some
Dak is whack.
defenestration.
Get Dak
Hall of
off
Fame
my
game.